Hello there, YouTube. We are back with some more Matchplay commentary for y'all. I'm joined by my brother, the Highwayman, the Pinhead.
Hello, it's me. I'm the
Crackerton.
Something else ripping something there.
We are here with another like a future feature for you guys. We've got TJ playing Imperial over on the right, and we've got Mr. Arby playing his updated BT-16 version of Fenriloogamon on the left. You know, this local card shop that we're at, you know, feel free to check it out. I'm kidding. This was done in my apartment, so I apologize for some of the lighting issues that we got. I'll try to edit it as I kind of upload the video. So if there's some lighting issues, I apologize in advance, but we're just running some games. We try to get some BT-16 stuff for you guys, and we know that a lot of you folks do appreciate some of the fresher content and seeing what some of these decks do as we are nearing the sort of release date of BT-16. So we're going to try to keep doing this for you guys. Hopefully maybe like 2 to 3 matches of BT-16 per week at least, just to get everybody ready for the new meta that's coming out. An exciting time for everybody.
Yeah.
But, you know, before we hop into the video, please do feel free to check out our socials, which are linked in the video description down below. And if you like what you see, you like our content, and you appreciate us, you know, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button. You know, it does help us out a whole lot, and we would be forever in your debt. But yeah, without further ado, let's hop right into the video.
So
yeah,
I just want next format already.
yeah, you know, I think everybody's right there with you.
I want my alt art Imperialdramons. Please let my case be kind to me.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm feeling that too. Like, it's gotten to the point now where I honestly, like, I go to locals really just to hang out with you guys. I am just like tired of playing the same stuff. I've been trying to switch it up lately, but even then it's just like I just want to play with the new stuff.
Yeah, we like new things. We like new shiny cardboard.
Yeah.
So me and Arby are just getting set up here. So I think Fenry is probably the most winnable matchup of the OTK matchups for Imperial, because Imperial just struggles against OTK decks.
Sure.
But it's still hard because Fenry is just so fast, which you guys will see during this video. And Arby is very, very good with Fenry. Before these cam games, he cooked me, I think. I think he 2-0'd me in our first set. So this was our second set that we're playing.
Yeah.
Arby is seeing pieces. He puts them on the bottom of the deck there with the Tyranno, and then trashes the card from hand.
Yeah, I mean, he's got pretty good setup. An analog, a little Luga boy in the back, and he's got the Tyranno for early search, which is always nice. I also love how this is just like, jokes aside, like your very like setup is very clean, and you've got Arby, who's just like cards are all over the place.
Yeah,
he's Arby's really like true Sons of Chaos over there.
He really is. He really is.
But we do choose to stay in the back, it seems. We end up going into a Hell Lugar to do end of turn shenanigans, which will be draw 2. He can set up trash by pitching another Lugar, and he can just go ahead and pitches another Soul Lugar to just say bye-bye to one of the VMons.
So initially he clears that one, and then so he asked me, he's like, which one do you think I should clear? And I was like, I tell him, you should clear the one that's going to bounce back to my hand at the end of your turn, because that one is I'm going to be able to play back out again, and it's a free search for me.
Right.
So something to keep in mind, if you're playing against Imperial, if you have the ability to pop, if they have multiple rookies on board, always keep track of which rookies were played off the Davis and Ken effect, and aim to pop those first so they don't get the free search again.
Right.
So we go to my turn. I am still missing pieces here. I think I have the XV and the Sting, but I didn't have Imperialdramons, and then I hit 2 Imperialdramons, so I think I just grabbed both. So I think I already have Dragon Mode in hand.
Yeah, no, Dragon Mode.
Okay. Oh, never mind. I got the Dragon Mode. I lied.
So we see Arby push up with the Luga. He uses the Uko effect to find an AG that he needs. Is able to hatch off of the Uko effect and then slides the AG to gain a memory. Goes into a Lugar, which this Lugar is pretty good. Being able to, again, draw, set up trash is pretty good. And gain DP on top of that.
On top of that, too, you also can just go straight up all the way to Fenry off of this Lugar.
And exactly what we're doing
because, yep, and because it's also not a once per turn effect, you also get the ability to do the effect twice, so you can get the DP twice.
Yeah.
He does pitch 2.
Pitches 2, so he goes into the Soul Lugar off of Lugar's effect, pitches a Fenry as well as a Tyranno, and then he can play out a level 4.
Yeah.
So then plays out Tyranno to pick up, at this point, I forgot what he
Don't mind my bald head. I was reading the Altern's effects. I couldn't remember what the Altern's effect was.
Since he did pick up a card, he did pitch the AG, sorry. And then I believe he should be able to use Soul Lugar's effect to go into
So at this
Fenry?
point, well, it's not Soul Lugar's. It'd be the Baumon inheritable.
Bow.
But he was of the mind that he missed the timing, and I told him, I'm like, I'm pretty sure you didn't because you're still resolving the newest effect that comes into play.
Yeah.
So Soul Lugar resolves, you trash 2, play a level 4 or lower. Plays out the Tyranno. Tyranno's effect is the newest effect in. Baumon's effect is still hanging because it was the card that was pitched.
Yeah.
And so he goes ahead and resolves the Tyranno effect to do the search, play things out, and then go into Fenry. Because that was one of the cards that was pitched earlier off the Baumon effect because it's still hanging there, and then Fenry can do his on play. He does pass a lot of memory with it. He gains a little bit back, gains some off of playing some cards. But he's pretty crazy. At this point, I have to try and see a play here.
Right.
I went into the Wormmon in the back earlier because I was hoping he would knock something out of security for me that I could Evo into for a reduced cost, which it did work out in my favor. I'm able to go into the XV here. He has blocker, so I can't do anything. I will suspend the Davis Ken to gain a memory because I am still a little bit tight on pieces. I don't have end of turn DNA.
Yeah.
And I think I'm... Yeah, I have to hard Evo Imperialdramon here, which suspends everything with fewer or less sources.
Okay.
And at this point, I'm like trying to consider what I can do. I aim to swing, but then I'm like, wait, he has blocker. But I'll one attacking effect to suspend the Fenry, so he can't do anything. I checked the Uko. I thought I had piercing, because I'm so used to having piercing on the stack. I didn't.
Sure.
And then I realized that I'm like, wait, I don't have piercing. I'm like, well, I'll just swing again and just do the check anyways and leave myself suspended. And this is where we realize it. And I'm just like, wait, I didn't have piercing. And then I'm just like, wait, I'll just swing again. We'll just say that was the check, and then we call it there.
Sure.
And then I Giga Death.
Okay.
And I bottom deck the whole board. And this is where Giga Death is amazing. Giga Death. This is why I want to run Giga Death, because I'm like, please give me Giga Death so I can stop. Oh, one of Arby's cards slid out from under his deck there, apparently. Didn't notice that.
But yeah, pretty good back and forth. Because I mean, I think the play that Arby did last turn was a pretty much deal with me turn, right? Where it's like, I'm gonna have a crap ton amount of bodies on board.
Yeah.
And if you can't deal with it, you lose. And you dealt with it. Maybe not in the way that you would have wanted to, but still got there.
It wasn't ideal for memory I had to pass over. I do have an inefficient stack, but yeah, I mean, he just plays Lugar here.
And an analog for 2, able to pick up pieces and set up trash. And then we'll do Lugar's effect. Jesus. Picks up a Luga.
Go back to Luga. And then on deletion, he's going to pitch 2 cards.
2 cards.
And
you
that'll
can pop
pop
your
my pail.
And he could have analogued if he wanted to, but I guess just decided to pass turn. Because you're going to go to 3 anyway.
I don't think he really needed to. I also don't think he had another play to really that was like much better there. I play the Worm for free off the Davis and Ken, just trying to get some search going because I'm still missing pieces. Go a Worm in the back. I think I'm finally starting to see a line here. Well, there's too little, too late though. I guess we find out. I don't really remember. Go XV for 2 up in front. Play the Sting for 3, which will let me
DNA
Evo.
Digi gain a memory off of that.
Yep, I'll tap the Davis and Ken to gain a memory. And something to make sure you guys do, because I'm pretty sure this is how you're supposed to do it. I could be wrong here. Like I could be wrong with the Fenry ruling too earlier because I don't really know Fenrir that well. But anyways, with Imperialdramon, I believe because the XV and the Sting from BT-12, the Your Turn effects are when this Digimon would Digivolve. When this Digimon would Digivolve, you gain 1 memory, or would DNA Digivolve. So make sure you gain the memory first before you actually finish the DNA, because I think you will miss the timing, or not miss the timing, but you know what I mean. But you won't, you won't be able to. Like, you might get called out on it, like if you're like at a local or a regional, if someone's like really picky about their effects.
Right. Fair enough. So we see Arby just kind of go back up the line after he was able to slot in an AG, gain the memory off of the Luga, and that just goes into the new BT-16 Soul Lugar, which is really, really good for Fenrir.
Yeah.
It does so much for the deck.
So at this point, he was worried that I had a Fighter Mode Ace in hand. He resolves the effect to play out a Digimon, which he didn't realize this until we were playing later when we were off cam. But he ddidn't realize that I could also Fighter Mode Ace when he plays a Digimon by an effect. He gains a memory, but I didn't have the Fighter Mode Ace, so I couldn't do it. So I just sat there and I was like, if he doesn't notice.
Yeah,
so
it's absolutely wild, like how much you do have to sequence with Fenrir. Like, I remember doing some test hands and trying to like sequence my stuff, and I'm just like, Jesus, I would forget half of this.
Yeah. So he's trying to consider what he wants to do. He will just he's debating on hard evoing into Fenrir or not.
You guys are just counting
we're discussing
sources here.
Yeah, he was wondering if I'd be able to bottom deck him, and I was like, yeah, we'd both be at 5 sources if I Fighter Mode Ace here.
Yeah.
Which I had like 13 cards in my hand, by the way, and didn't have a Fighter Mode Ace.
Jesus.
And you saw how many cards I've already gone through too. I've done so much search. I don't even think I revealed one off of searches. I think I've just only seen Dragon modes.
Yeah, we see the Fenrir play, which will help Arby spit out an army of Lugars.
Yeah, so he sets up blocker, gets everything where he needs it to be. I push up the worm. Davison can effect I use to play a Vmon for free. I punch the fuck out of my cards. Grab the worm and the Davis Ken there.
Go to XV, setting yourself up for a potential play here.
And at this point, I'm missing a Stingmon, I think.
That's unfortunate.
Which I'm just like, really? Like, how is this? I have 13 cards in my hand. There's only 1 Stingmon on board. I don't think there's any in trash. And I think they were all clumped at the bottom of the deck, if I remember when I looked. So I do decide to go ahead and use that to gain the memory back off the Evo into XV.
Sure.
I go Fighter Mode Ace here.
Fenrir.
Yeah, I top deck it off of the Evos. I swing, do the check. He lets it through, which end of attack lets me on suspend, and then I can't bottom deck it because he has to be suspended.
Sure. At this point, you pretty much go swing.
Yeah, I just swing. He blocks, and then I swing with XV. Yeah, his XV was still fresh deck.
Good back and forth between you guys for game.
I finally drew the Stingmon off of the off of the draw. I think with the fighter mode there. But yeah, so that was game 1. I'm trying to do a little bit of shuffling. Yeah, the matchup is very doable for Imperial, more so than I think the other OTK decks.
Yeah.
Just because Fenrir has to Evo by so many effects. So it gives me the opportunity to, if I'm fast enough and I set up the Dragon Mode stack,
to Fighter Ace.
Yeah, it makes it so that way I can just really lock them out of being able to do a lot of the things.
Oh, that's a hand from Arby.
He kept it because I think he's going second.
Oh, okay.
And he has a Luga. So I think he literally says, like, if I see a rookie, I'm just gonna keep the hand. I go worm, just pass him for 1, just to, just choke him to 1, not give him too much memory to work with on his turn.
Goes a Luga, sets up an analog youth.
Yeah, admittedly, I think against Luga, I don't think I really want to do that because I feel like they can work so well off of one memory. They only need one memory to fucking pop off their whole combo anyways.
Yeah, which is scary.
Yeah.
But you do play out a V, you pick up a Davis and another Vmon just for more search capability.
Yeah.
Here, Arby is debating on what he wants to do, but does go into the BT, I believe BT-16, right? Lugar.
Yeah. We'll swing. I think he's realizing that he should have swung with the Lugamon to pop my Vmon. Does hit a Davis and Ken out of security and just plays a training, sets me to 2.
Sure.
So at this point, I'm considering what do I want to do. I think I'm missing pieces though. Still, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
I push up the worm. I play the Vmon for free off of the Davis and Ken. Search top 4.
Pick up a Sting.
I do see the Sting.
Not bad.
Yeah. I don't remember what I did. I think I'm debating if I want to Evo into the Stingmon here.
Sure. Are you missing an XV?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
Game 1, I was missing Stingmons. Game 2, I was missing XVmon.
Gosh.
Run 6 and 6.
Were you pushing
but it
up
still
the?
happens.
Were you pushing the Wormon in hopes that you just drew into it?
I was pushing up the worm because I had a Stingmon in hand. I was hoping I would find an XV off of the
Yeah.
Vmon effect.
Yeah.
Because I knew that if I didn't do something this turn and I left that Lugamon on board with the training there and the analog youth, especially with
Bad
the Vmon
news
on board
bears,
already,
yeah.
it was going to be scary. I could have been more patient maybe and waited. I swing. They both live, which is crazy. But still no XV.
Ooh.
So I'm just trying to decide what I want to do here. I don't have a really good way of passing turn without setting him to 3 at least.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was a little tough. Definitely a little tough. Because if you just, it's a DNA deck still, right? So if you don't, sometimes you just don't search the pieces and you just kind of are stuck. You just kind of have to cry about it.
Yeah.
And your level 4s don't have high enough DP where they can crash or swing over other ones unless you have like the Vmon inheritable.
Right.
So here I'm just debating for a while what I want to do. I think I end up going into. God, I took so long. Jesus
Like
Christ.
hard
Just
evoing
fucking
into
move
something.
me.
Yeah.
You know what you gotta do. You have analysis paralysis. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do that.
Just bottom
And I'm
deck
pretty
the
sure
Lugar.
I'm pretty sure I drew the XV off of that Evo.
Oh, you don't bottom deck unless you DNA. Never mind.
Yeah. I have to DNA to bottom deck. I wish.
Yeah.
God, I wish. So he does training here. We'll go Hellugar for 1.
Or Solugar.
Or Solugar, sorry, yeah. Pitch 2. Pops the Vmon that I played.
Slides
which is
the AG
good.
underneath. So here we're potentially setting up to do some things.
Yeah, it's crazy that Solugar just does all that without having an AG in sources.
Yeah. So then Arby goes ahead and plays out his boys. We've got the Tyranno coming out, which he picks up. Oh, say goodbye to the limited edition Dino B.
Yeah, don't mind the Dino B proxy that was hand drawn by Arbus Darbus himself. At this point, I'm realizing like I should have just stayed back. There is an XV right there, which I'm like,
Yeah.
if I would have just waited. If I would have just waited, because of the Worm, I would have been able to push up and get me that. If he didn't know, and he wouldn't have been able to OTK me this turn because I wouldn't have had anything on board if I didn't play out the VV.
Yeah.
Or the V would have died off the Solugar effect, rather.
Mhm.
So he would have been 1 suspend short.
Here he could
And
probably...
then me and Arby were talking about the sources. I was saying that I thought it might have been better to use the end of attack inheritable on suspend first before the one attacking. Because in case something gets played up by security or whatnot, if there's like no board or whatever,
Sure.
was what I was trying to like articulate, but I didn't do it at the time. I still don't think I ever clarified it. But I told Arby, the way he did it was the smarter way.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, does hit a Davis Cannon, does 2
Swings
checks, and
and
just
then, yeah.
swings for games. Yeah.
There you go. That's game 2. And we move on to game 3. It's pretty good. I think we're kind of seeing like a full display of what both decks can do.
Yeah, Fenry with the new BT-16 pieces, the fact that you can now go, because that Solo Girl was all you were missing to go all the way up your line in one like swing. Because you can effectively now go from your Lugarmon all the way up to Fenrilooga off of 1 swing.
Right. Right.
Because you just swing, pitch a card, do the one attacking effect to delete something. You have Tamer sources, you draw 1, Evo into the new Solugar on Evo, pitch a card, gain 2 KDP, draw a card, and then go into the Hellugar, pitch 2 cards, delete something with 6k or less DP. If you don't, play a level 4, then Evo and defend.
Yeah.
Just keep using the bow on inheritable. And it's so nasty.
So wild.
It's
so
yeah,
wild.
it's so nasty.
And
Arby, as even Arby says, when we're playing like practice like this stuff, Arby doesn't know how to miss a draw. He constantly draws nothing but heat. He very rarely bricks. And it's on full display. Like every game so far, he's had like a rookie turn 1 and is able to go up like instantly. Well, except I guess game 1 he was missing a rookie, but still, he found one right away off the analog.
Yeah.
Gets a pretty scary board state set up. I'm like, I have to do something here.
Sure.
Play the worm for free. Get some search. Grab the Vmon. Yeah. So I'm worried about having rookies. Vmon gives me a memory because I played out a Digimon with a free trait.
Going to XV here. If you've got the Sting, maybe we'll do some stuff.
I think I'm missing, unfortunately. I will suspend here to gain a memory. And I'm realizing, well, I'm stuck.
Yeah. Go ahead, swing. Does die.
Yeah.
Then...
So at this point, I'm like, I need to just try and make sure there's less things on, like not as many things on board, and just chuck them to 1.
Sure.
Because I needed to pass turn without putting them to 3, so I knew I had to play a rookie. In hindsight, I should have just waited.
Sure. I mean, decks like Fenrir will do that to you, right? Like, you look at their board and you see how established they are, and you're like, I have to do something right now, otherwise I lose. When, like, in hindsight, like, after you see things fold out, you're probably like, you know, I probably had another turn. I just got sort of, like, fear-baited.
Yeah. Because I could have just... I could have just let myself play a rookie for free off of Davis and Ken. Did some search, and then I could have just passed turn maybe some other way. I could have just Evoed in the back or something like that.
Yeah. Because that Sting in the back is the XV in the back is not always a bad play either, right? You know, just kind of setting up for when you do have your pieces to go Unga Bunga.
Yeah, it feels bad because I want to set the BT-16 rookies the way I am, but I also don't want to Evo over them because I want to get the full use of their effect with like the gaining memory and stuff like that to try and extend my plays. We'll suspend off the end of attack. We'll swing, pop it. Chooses not to alliance. So we'll do a check. Swings Uko, does a check. Swings Fenrir again. Or swings Gato, rather. Does a check. And then just swings. Yep, and that's it. That's game 3. He just, like, that was a turn 3. He had everything he needed instantly and was able to just go up and bot me. And that's what Fenrir can do.
Yeah.
Mind you, that doesn't happen all the time.
Correct.
It is probably the most consistent purple deck of doing that. Especially with the new Hellugar. However,
or Solugar, right?
You know, it's or Solugar. I keep on saying Hellugar because I see the red and my brain just thinks hell when I see red. I don't know why. Anyways, because of the new Solugar, but it can happen and it can hurt.
Yeah.
And I also was bricking too. Like you saw, I did search and everything. I wasn't like missing other pieces in hand. I just needed to see a Sting.
Yeah.
And I didn't see a Sting.
But so. I mean, I think we saw a pretty good showing of like you said, when you're finding your pieces. We saw what Imperial can do against like top tier decks. We've seen this with Fenrir here. We've seen it with you know, Magna X as well over the past couple of weeks, and we also see what Fenrir can do. You know, like you said, when they see all their pieces, like this is what Fenrir can do with even more support in BT-16 with the new Soul Lugar and whatnot, which is going to be very, very scary. You know, and moving forward, Fenrir is a deck that's just only going to get stronger and stronger with the new pieces and the new line and archetype that it gets. So definitely one to keep an eye on. And I still think we'll make waves come BT-16, you know. There's always, I feel like, going to be like 1 or 2 Fenrirs that sneak into top 16. Like, it's just inevitable.
Yeah. For sure. This is a display of what it can do. Fenrir definitely gets so much support moving forward. It's not a bad deck to invest in. We know it's going to get better. Like I said before earlier in the video, I think Imperial honestly is not a bad matchup at all. every single game I was missing one of the level 4s, which like even you can attest to. You saw me.
Yeah.
Which was kind of the theme of the night. I kept on whiffing on one of the level 4s despite running even ratios of both.
Yeah.
And Arby was just drawing marbles. He was going crazy last night.
Yeah.
Most consistent variant player I've ever seen in my
It was
life.
a Texas Roadhouse dinner.
Yeah. Well, yeah, beefed up. But yeah, both are decks to keep an eye out for, and I think they're both meta-defining decks next format.
For sure.
Out.
For sure. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this one. Thank you all for tuning in. We appreciate all the support that everybody's been giving us, and we hope to see you on the next video. Bye-bye.